Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This is the first entry in my /execute command tutorial. I made a series introduction, which if you haven't seen, you should go check out. I'll link it in the icon above. But it basically just explains that this series will be showing you how to use different parts of /execute and how /execute is built up of a bunch of subcommands. But today's I'll be covering the execute as, at, and positioned parts of the execute command. So yeah, let's get started. I've set up a few things here. Okay, so right here I have a creeper. I have this command block which summons a creeper that has the tag A, and he has no AI, so he's not moving around or anything. So that's the entity here that we're going to be testing on. This thing I have set up is execute at. Now if I click this command block, it'll summon a pig here with no AI at the creeper that I just mentioned, which if I click this command block it'll just kill it. But let's take a look at the command and then I'll explain what execute at does. So here we're executing at all entity, and then now we have a selector, which in this case is all entities type equal creeper tag equal A, which is the selectors that can select this guy right here. Then it's going to summon a pig at a current location that has a tag and no AI. Execute at, you just enter a selector for an entity. Any number of entities, it doesn't have to be a limit of one. And then the command will be executed at the location of the entity, and it will execute at those coordinates, at that rotation, at that dimension. Okay, now positioned. Okay, so now execute positioned, which is very similar to at, but there are a few differences. If we just do execute positioned, you'll notice that we can enter coordinates as it over. So I'll explain all of these things here. So this command block right here, we're summoning a pig. Right there, this is using coordinates. So if I go into command block, I execute position, we're going to execute at the location that the command is being run, in this case the command blocks, and then go 5 blocks over. So execute position is how you just run a command at specific coordinates that's not like tied to an entity. And then we're run summon pig, just like we did with the execute at example. Now here we have my example for execute positioned as. So if I hit the button, you can see that the pig spawned at the creeper just like execute at did. Now positioned as is pretty much the same as positioned at, but there's a key difference. Basically, execute at executes with the current entity's rotation, so which way it's looking, his coordinates, which both execute at and position do, and in the same dimension. So if this creeper was in, let's say, the nether, and I did positioned as, it would still run in the overworld dimension, whereas if I did at, it would run in the nether dimension, because that's where the creeper is. So in most cases, positioned as and positioned at are basically the same. I don't know really when you need to use positioned as, over execute at, but there are probably occasions where it does come up. For the last thing, I don't have a command block. I'm just reminding myself to explain what positioned over execute positioned over is. So if I put it in the bar here, it auto-completes with 4 options: motion blocking no leaves, ocean floor, and wheeled surface. This was all introduced in 1.19.4, the latest release as of recording this video. And what this basically does is it computes at the coordinates of that height map that you specified, which is what those 4 autocomplete options are. And a height map is essentially, instead of executing, it changes the y coordinate that you're executing now. So if I execute positioned over right here, it would change the y coordinate to based on the height map. So I have wheeled surface makes it so that if I'm up in the air, like right here, and let's do that, and then let's summon a pig. Instead of summoning it up here, it'll summon it at the surface. Then we have ocean floor, which would do basically the same thing if you're at land, but if you're in the ocean, surface would go on top of the water, but ocean floor would go to the floor of the ocean. Ocean blocking stops it on anything that would block it, that's like a plant or something, so like this. Instead of stopping it, it would ignore that in sunflowers. And then motion blocking no leaves does exactly what it sounds like. It's motion blocking height map, except it just excludes leaves. So that is the whole positioned part. Execute as basically makes it so that it'll run the command as if the entity that you specified ran it, with one exception. So here I have a command block. We're executing as that test creeper, and then we're just doing the same summon pig that I've been doing throughout the video. Hit the button, this pig, and at the command block. That is not what you might have expected to happen, because you're executing as the creeper, but you weren't executing at it. So the creeper was the one who summoned the pig, but it didn't summon it at its location. To do this, all we need to add is an at self. If I hit this button, that pig will be summoned at the creeper, because like I said before, the creeper was the one who ran it. So using at self should target itself. And then for my last example, I'm executing as the creeper, and I'm running to say hello, just to emphasize the point that it is in fact the creeper running the command, even if it doesn't run the command positioned at him. So you can see the creeper said hello, and if we give the creeper name, so I've given this creeper the name of Owl here, and if I run the say command, it will do L, which is the name of that creeper. Thank you for watching this execute tutorial video. I hope it was useful, enjoyable, etc. Subscribe, all that stuff. Would just like to mention that on my last video on villager trading, only 45% of the people that watch that subscribe. So, I will see you in the next video if you choose to return. Goodbye!